There are some stories that unfold in front of cameras, polished, planned, meant for the public. And then there are others, the ones written quietly, behind garden walls, beneath shared umbrellas, and in the hushed spaces between heartbeats. This is their hidden chapter. It began slowly, not with headlines, not with photographs, but with absence. They had stepped back. No public events, no interviews, just stillness. At first, fans thought it was work, a new drama, a secret film project, but then the rumors began. Spotted at a pediatric clinic in Gangnam, a woman resembling Go Eun seen buying baby books at a quiet bookstore in Sancheong-dong. Lee Min-ho's manager photographed carrying an infant car seat, empty but unmistakable. No statements, no denials, just silence, which, to those who knew their story, spoke volumes. The first real clue came from an Instagram post, not from either of them, but from Min-ho's sister. A photo of a child's hand, tiny, curled fingers clutching a knit bunny. The caption was simple, "Our little miracle." Fans noticed the timing. Just 3 months after Go Eun's last public appearance, 2 months after Min-ho quietly pulled out of a CF shoot, speculation turned into hope. Hope turned into warmth. And then, one late evening in January, Kim Go Eun returned to social media. No video, no explanation, just a photo. A small, sunlit room, neutral tones, a bassinet near the window, and on a nearby shelf, a framed picture of her and Min-ho, unmistakable, unfiltered, and placed with care. The internet exploded. Did they have a baby in secret? Are they living together? This explains everything. But no one knew for sure, until Dispatch made a decision that surprised everyone. They published nothing. Instead, they posted a rare editorial. Some stories are not ours to tell. When love becomes family, we choose to protect instead of expose. Behind the scenes, those close to the couple quietly confirmed what fans had long suspected. Yes, they had become parents. And yes, they had chosen to keep it sacred. A close friend of Go Eun shared. She never cared for spectacle. She just wanted her baby to come into a world filled with love, not noise. And Lee Min-ho, a longtime staff member, said, he changed, not overnight but deeply. He started showing up to meetings with a new softness, smiling more, asking about people's kids, always checking the time, like he couldn't wait to get back home. What was once a love story had become something quieter, richer, a family. They didn't hide it from those who mattered. Neighbors in their private villa occasionally spotted them, taking walks with a stroller late at night. Min-ho often wore a baseball cap. Go Eun dressed simply, with a wide-brimmed hat. But their steps matched. Their pace was slow. And sometimes, their baby could be heard giggling softly, wrapped warmly in a sling across Min-ho's chest. One barista, who worked at a cafe near their home, shared. They came in one morning. No assistants. Just the two of them and a sleeping baby. He held the door. She ordered 2 lattes and a chamomile tea. When they left, they said thank you like any couple would, but with eyes that held a story you could feel. By spring, the baby was nearly 1. Still no official announcement. No magazine covers. No baby photos. Just subtle signs. Go Eun returned briefly to the screen. A small role in a heartfelt indie film. She glowed, not from makeup, but from something deeper. Peace, contentment. In her interview, she was asked about motherhood. She paused, then said softly, "Some chapters one keep just for me. For us." Min-ho, too, came back to the public eye, not with a blockbuster, but with a short film he directed himself. When asked what inspired the story, a quiet piece about a man learning to care for something fragile. He said simply, love changes form, but its depth only grows. On their baby's first birthday, they did something they hadn't done in over a year. They posted together. Go Eun's post, a close-up of a chubby hand clutching her finger. No face, just warmth. Caption, you made me a mother. You made me whole. Minho's post. A candid shot from behind. Him holding a tiny toddler on his shoulders. Walking along a quiet path lined with cherry blossoms. Caption. The smallest feet leave the deepest prints. There were no tags. No confirmations. But the message was clear. They had created a world together. And in that world, love had taken root. One crew member from Go Eun's indie film shared this quiet moment. She arrived on set tired but glowing. During breaks, she FaceTimed someone. We couldn't hear the call, but she smiled like she was looking at her whole heart. And in a small, private charity gala that summer, Minho attended alone. But when he was handed a thank you plaque, he surprised everyone. I'd like to dedicate this, he said, to the two people waiting for me at home. One who's walked beside me through everything, and one who just learned to walk. The audience gasped, applauded, and then sat in silence, as he smiled, bowed, and left without another word. That was the final confirmation. There were no more questions to ask, because some stories are no longer secrets. They are simply sacred. Today, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun live quietly, in a home filled with light, books, and laughter. They're still themselves. Actors, artists, public figures. But beyond all that, they are something more. They are parents. They are partners. They are, in the truest sense, a family. And while the world once watched them fall in love, now it watches with reverence, as they raise something far more beautiful than fame. A life, their hidden chapter, now revealed, was always written in love. It began with whispers, not headlines, not press conferences, just one quiet post from a food vendor in Jeju Island. A handwritten note stuck to their window. To the lovely couple and your precious little one, thank you for treating our place like home. A Jumma seafood shack. No tags, no names, but fans recognized the handwriting. The same vendor who had once posed with Lee Min-ho during a quiet solo trip 3 years ago. And this time, he hadn't come alone. The next day, a photo surfaced online. Blurry, zoomed in, but unmistakable. A tall man in a sand-colored trench coat, a woman in a soft cream sweater and cap, and between them, a tiny figure wrapped in a light blue blanket, nestled in Go Eun's arms. They weren't trying to hide.
She laughed easily, spoke softly. When asked about how she defines happiness now, she answered without hesitation. It's when I hear little feet running across the floor. When I feel a tiny hand tug at my shirt.